Hey guys, welcome to the Massive Iron Channel. I'm Steve Shaw. In this video, I'm going to talk about the 10 most common lifting blunders. These are mistakes people make when they're trying to build muscle and strength. Before I get into this topic, if you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. The best topic ideas I turn into videos like this. All right, so you want to build as much muscle as possible. You want to build as much strength as possible, but your results stink. It's a little bit slower than you want. These are the top 10 blunders, and if you stop making these blunders, if you stop making these mistakes, your results will get much better. Number one, not getting strong enough. This is an obvious one. You can go into any gym across the country and just look at everybody in the gym. The average person is simply not strong enough. They simply are pretty weak. They might have a couple good lifts. They might have a good bench press, because that's pretty common among the bros in the gym. Bench press Monday, international chest day, all that kind of good stuff. But if you look at their back strength, if you look at their shoulder strength, if you look at their deadlift strength, if you look at their quad strength, if you look at all the lifts they are doing, generally they are pretty weak. You head into the Tiger Fitness gym where I work out, and I'll watch guys do cable tricep extensions with weight less than what my wife uses. My wife doesn't understand strength levels, so she'll be using 100 pounds for 3 or 4 or 5 sets of 10, and then you'll see guys over there grunting like they're giving birth using 30 or 40 pounds for sets of 10. So the biggest blunder is not getting strong enough. You need to set strength standards much higher than they are now, not just on a couple lifts, but on every lift you do in the gym. The second blunder is not doing enough volume. Back in the day, back in the 70s and 80s and even the 90s, volume was pretty much a normal thing. Now, there's been times, this camera kind of went a little crazy here. Let's get it to focus. There's been times, where there was too much volume. You would see programs that would have just ridiculous amounts of volume. Now, I'm not advocating that you do a crazy amount of volume, meaning 25, 30 sets per workout. That's not what I mean at all. But just to get guys to do 15 to 18 sets per workout, guys and girls, I'm not going to discriminate here. Guys and girls to do 15 to 18 sets per workout, hard sets, focus sets, is like pulling teeth. When I get people into the gym training with me, they're pretty much ready to tap out after 3 or 4 or 5 sets. So you really need to increase your volume, not just the volume of sets, but also your volume of reps. You just simply can't go heavy on everything. You need to get some volume and some rep volume. I do, on bench press, for example, I would do my heavier work, and then I drop down, do 2 to 3 sets of 8, 10, 15, even 20 rep sets. Then I'd follow that with dumbbell bench press of 3 to 4 sets of 10 reps. And after that, I would do machine chest press of 3 to 4 sets of 10 reps, and then 2 sets of pull-ups for as many reps as possible. That's just one example, but I'm getting in plenty of volume. So if you want to increase your results, stop making the blunder of not doing enough volume, and this goes for every body part. The third lifting blunder is not hitting the biggest exercises, not using the biggest exercises. And I'm not talking, you might be doing bench press, okay? You might be doing pull-ups. You might even be doing squats. I don't know, you might even be doing deadlifts. But what are the biggest exercises? The biggest exercises are bench press. Biggest exercises are close grip bench press. Biggest exercises are barbell and dumbbell overhead presses. The biggest exercises are pull-ups, heavy dumbbell rows, heavy barbell rows, heavy deadlifts, squats, leg presses, all those kind of exercises. You need to be doing the majority of them, not just a few of them. All right, the next lifting blunder, number 4, is not being patient enough, and this is a huge one. You got the volume in check. You're trying to push for progressive overload. You're using the best exercises. Now you need to dig in for 2 or 3 or 4 years. That'll be the sweet spot. Once you have the volume and the progression and the exercise selection in place, you need to dig in and just grind away for several years training smart. All right, the 5th lifting blunder is not enough back work. The back can take a lot of punishment. The back can take a beating. It is a huge, powerful muscle group. You at least need the deadlift. You need a horizontal row with a compound movement, dumbbell or barbell rows, and you need a vertical row or a vertical pull down with pull-ups or lat pull downs. That's just the base. My back workout is deadlifts, and then I either do dumbbell and barbell rows or I alternate between dumbbell and barbell rows. Then I'll do a lat pull down or assisted pull up. And then I'll do things like a seated cable row. Usually my back workout is about 5 exercises and I get in a lot of volume. But 4 to 5 exercises, including deadlift, a pull down, a row, a dumbbell, a barbell row, and then maybe a machine or two. Get enough back work in. Don't just do 1 or 2 exercises for your back after you do your bench press on International Chest Day. All right. The 6th biggest lifting blunder is not enough shoulder work. Guys will obsess about chest work. Guys will obsess about their bench press. They'll even want to get a bigger bench press, and then I'll ask them how much shoulder work they're doing. And usually their shoulder routines are face pulls, side laterals, and front laterals. That's about it. You rarely see guys attacking barbell and dumbbell overhead presses with a passion. I recommend doing both each week. And I do not like low rep sets for dumbbell and barbell exercises. I want you to get in a volume of shoulder work. Use about 8 to 10 reps per set. You can do seated or standing barbell presses. You can do seated or standing dumbbell presses. With dumbbells, you can do one arm, you can do alternating. That should be your base. So you should be getting in 6 to 8 sets of dumbbell and barbell shoulder compound movements per week, and then do some extra work after that. Maybe a 50 rep set of side laterals where you're doing rest pause work. Then maybe add in some rear delt work, whatever. But get in enough shoulder work. Most people do not, and then wonder why their bench press sucks. If you get your shoulders strong, your bench press is going to go up, and you're going to have big giant delts, and it'll help with your traps as well. A lot of guys want big traps. They don't realize all that overhead pressing really helps the traps as well. All right, number 7 biggest lifting blunder is not getting in enough triceps work. Just as the back is a big, beefy muscle group, so is the triceps. Guys will focus on their bicep, and they'll not hammer enough work. They'll not hammer their triceps with enough work. The triceps can handle a lot of punishment. So you're getting in a lot of tricep stimulation from your chest work, your bench press, your dumbbell bench press, from your overhead presses, your barbell and dumbbell overhead presses. You're getting in a lot of tricep work. After that, you probably need to do some close grip bench presses. You probably need to do some skull crushers. You probably need to do some cable extensions. All that kind of good stuff. Add that in. After all your chest and shoulder work, make sure you're targeting your triceps with enough volume after that and really pushing your triceps for more strength. Most guys do not do that. All right, number 8 biggest lifting blunder is not getting in enough quad work. Now, I didn't say squats here. I'm saying quads. Guys love to squat. All right, squatting is pretty popular. Most of us like to squat. If you're watching this channel, you like to squat. But in the commercial gym, most guys aren't squatting. How do we know that? We'll walk into a gym and rarely anybody's in the squat rack, right? But squatting is not enough. There are a lot of folks who will come to me and they'll say, hey, big, hairy, ugly dude, I squat, but my legs just aren't growing. Squats are not always a magical cure for quad size and strength. Some guys are just, they'll be dominant in other areas, their hamstrings or hips or glutes, whatever, or because of their leverages or body type, they're just not building up. The quads are just not a central area of focus in their legs. So you have to squat, all right? You have to get in a reasonable squat volume, but you have to also back that with plenty of quad volume. Your quads are very strong. I don't care what you do. Leg press, volume leg press, hack squats, leg extensions, box jumps, body weight lunges. I do all those things. When I work quads, it's usually a volume extravaganza. So don't just focus on squats. Use a whole battery of exercises after squats to also attack your quad strength and your quad size. All right, number 9. Number 9, biggest lifting blunder, and this is an obvious one, but I've saved it for the end. Crappy squat and deadlift form. Crappy squat and deadlift form. I can go to Instagram right now. I can go to YouTube right now. I can go to Facebook right now, any lifting group. And 80% of at least 80% of the squat or deadlift forms videos that I see need serious work. That doesn't mean they're awful, completely awful, but they're making major mistakes that they aren't aware of. Beyond that, at least 50% of guys, at least 50% of lifters are making huge mistakes and have no idea how to do the basic exercises. They know they need to squat, they know that they need to deadlift, but they're just going in the gym and looking like crap. Their form just looks like crap. Take the time to improve your form. I mean, seriously, there are thousands of videos out there on YouTube on how to do squats and how to do deadlifts. There are groups like my Massive Iron group on Facebook where you can post a video and get a critique. I do critique services over at superlivingtoday.com. They're not expensive either. But so few people take advantage of that, even though I'm on this little box called YouTube trying to help folks out. So get your squats and deadlifts, get your form on your squats and deadlifts locked down, because if you're going to be lifting for 10, 20, 30 years and you're going to be doing these compound movements, you need to figure them out because you can't afford to get hurt. Not just that, not just losing your gains, not just because you might lose your gains, but also you want to take care of your body. You can't squat 10, 20, 30 years with crappy form. All right. This video has been long enough. What is the final lifting blunder? And this is a big one. And I know from the clients that I work with that it is a big one. And that is inconsistent nutrition. Inconsistent nutrition. Whatever your calorie intake goal is, whatever your protein intake goal is, a lot of guys don't put the effort into their calories and protein as they do the gym effort. So you can have your gym effort locked down, but you also need to set a minimum calorie goal each day, a target, and a minimum protein target each day. And you need to do what you can to hit it every single day. A minimum target. Don't be like 1,800 calories one day and 2,800 the next. Try to be consistent. Even when you're not in the gym, your body is recovering. So get your nutrition consistent and keep it that way for 2, 3, 4 years. All right, guys. Hope this video has been of some help. If you have any questions or comments, drop them down below. If you have a lifting blunder you think I left out, drop that down below as well. So, guys, as always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.